fellow Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you guys for joining me this evening for a late night um, love reading for you guys. So whether you're catching this right now live, or you're catching the replay, I just want to welcome you into the room. Again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know exactly where you are chiming in from, what part of the world you are tuning in from, okay? And definitely, if you are a Capricorn, you have a Venus in Capricorn, this reading could also resonate with you as well, okay? So, as I've said before in my readings, take whatever applies to you and let the rest fly because, of course, this is a general reading and there are probably millions of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals out there in the world. So every reading is not going to resonate with everybody. Okay. So, like I said, let me know if this resonates with you. Comment below in the comment box. I definitely would love to get some feedback from you all. Okay. That, this reading resonates with. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and hop right into it. Definitely, if you're catching the replay, also comment in the comment section replay so that I can know who this message is reaching. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to jump right in. I don't want to, babble for too long. First, I just want to start out by just giving honor to the Most High God for allowing me to be here this evening and allowing me to read for the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising individuals out there in the world, as well as to those who have Venus in Capricorn. And I just ask that you allow me to deliver the message to the Capricorns that you would like for me to deliver to them, okay? All right, so let's just go right into it. I'm going to, let's clear the energy too. I want to do that real quick. Just a little bit. Just kind of clear the energy space just a little bit with some sound, okay? All right. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, like I said before, this reading could very well go for, hello, Mila. How are you? Welcome to the room. This reading can very well go for someone who is a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Now, if you are a cross watcher, definitely make sure that you share this with a fellow Capricorn. Maybe this is something they need to hear. Okay. All right. All right. Perfect. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the comment. Hello, how are you, Cian? Welcome into the room. We're doing Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising this evening, okay? So if you are a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, comment below in the comment section. Let me know. But if you know someone, definitely, pass this message along to them, all right? And it doesn't matter if you're married or single. Of course, I'll be able to interpret all of it, all right? So let's just jump right into it. All right, let's see what's going on for the Capricorns out there in the world. And I'm a Capricorn Sun myself, so I definitely understand the assignment for those of you out there who are Capricorns. All right. Okay, so the first card that came up is the wedding card. All right, so we could be talking about someone who is already married or someone who is going to be getting married soon. But let's just see what the cards unfold here, okay? Let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so the next card that came out here says religious factors. All right, so it says that your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, so maybe there are some of you out there who, are, married, and maybe there's some, religious things going on right now, but we're just going to dig a little bit further and we're going to see what's going on. Maybe you're planning a wedding, right? And maybe both of you are from two different religious backgrounds, right? So maybe that's something that could be going on there. The Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. The next card that came out here says healing family issues. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your Parents. Okay, so maybe perhaps there is a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising out there that is dealing with some issues that is in relation to parents. It could be in-laws, it could be potential in-laws, it could be your parents, and maybe it has something to do with, some religious issues going on. Like I said, it could be very well, could very well be, parents making some comments about the wedding arrangements, that sort of deal. All right. Yeah. I mean, the next two cards that flew out here was the passion card and the playfulness card. All right. So with the passion card, it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So I feel like whoever I'm speaking about right now, this could be in relation to maybe an upcoming wedding, right? And there's some issues going on. Maybe parents are making comments, having something to say when it comes to the arrangements of the wedding and how things should go, should kind of play out and things like that. And then the playfulness card here says to recapture romance and allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So I feel like whoever this is, obviously there's a lot of passion, right? There's a lot of love between you all going on. And, spirit wants you, regardless if there's any issues going on with the planning of the wedding, or if you are a married couple and there is issues, religious issues happening within the relationship, due to family of some sort. Spirit wants you to, just be reminded of that passion that you guys have for each other. Okay. And just, continue to have that playfulness and have fun with each other. Okay. Especially if you're that Capricorn sun, moon, or rising that's in the middle of planning a wedding right now. Okay. Don't lose sight of that. All right. Because you're going to always have people that are going to be trying to make comments, and, of course you're going to have family, right? That's going to always make suggestions and be like, well, in our religious practices, we do this when we get married. And, you may have someone else saying, well, we do that. So you have to make sure you incorporate that into the wedding type deal. Okay. But at the end of the day, don't let that, cloud your special day. Okay, Capricorn. All right. Yeah. So the next card that came out says, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I feel like for maybe this particular Capricorn sun, moon, or rising that I'm reading for right now, I feel like maybe, all of this wedding craziness that's going on, or maybe what's happening in your new marriage. Maybe you just got married. Like I said, it could be someone who's already married or someone who's heading to marriage. But I feel like this is more so someone who is potentially heading towards marriage. All right. And really what spirit wants you to do again is just keep your heart open. Okay. Keep your heart open. Don't lose sight of, that passion that you and your significant other have for each other. Don't allow, because a lot of people who have different backgrounds, merge together and they get married and they come together. Right. But that doesn't mean that it can't be successful. Okay. So don't allow, other people and influences to close off your heart, Capricorn, or to harden your heart, because, as Capricorns, we can be kind of cold-blooded a little bit, right? So don't allow that. Don't allow that influence to harden your spirit, Capricorn. Okay? Yeah. Absolutely. Now, this one here, which is interesting again, because I keep talking about this situation here with a Capricorn who may be getting ready to get married. And I'm really leaning heavy on that right now. This one here, or again, like someone who's already kind of maybe newly married, there may be some issues adjusting to that person's religious, beliefs, or what they kind of what they practice, right? If you're coming from a different background. This card here says, let your friends help you. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay. So, Capricorn, if you've been reaching out to maybe a best friend and someone who you can trust, allow them to, provide you that support that you need, okay, right now, because it can be really tough when you are either trying to plan a wedding and both of you come from different, backgrounds, or you're maybe coming into a new marriage and you're having a hard time adjusting, to that, your spouse's religious practices because you didn't grow up or come up in that background. Just allow your friends to provide you that support. Okay, lean into the ones that you can really trust. And I know as Capricorns, we don't trust a lot of people. Okay, we just don't trust a lot of people. But for the ones that, the handful, maybe less, that you have that you truly trust, allow them to be that support system for you. Okay, you don't have to, go through this alone. Okay, you don't have to do this alone. Yeah, yeah. This one says romantic feelings, right? It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So I really feel like this is someone who is headed towards marriage. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Again, let me know if this resonates with you or someone you know. But I feel like this is for someone who is heading towards marriage. Like you're really in love with this person. You've got a lot of passion, when it comes to this person, right? There's a lot of playfulness that takes place in you guys' relationship, right? And Spirit wants you to know that it is safe to love. It's safe to love this person. It's okay. So I hope you're not having any you're not second guessing or anything like that. I hope that's not the case. But, if that is, Spirit just wants you to know that it's okay. It's safe, to love and proceed forward with this potential wedding. Okay? All right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it can be tough, I would imagine, trying to plan a wedding if there is, there's that influence of trying to merge different religious or spiritual backgrounds there. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, you guys got a lot of strong chemistry, Capricorn. So whoever this is, listen. Spirit is trying to remind you that it might be some bumps in the road and it might be some family causing some hiccups right now while you guys are trying to, make the arrangements for this wedding, or, maybe y'all just got engaged, in this conversations that you've been having, right? How are we going to merge our religious background, spiritual background? Spirit just wants you to know that in spite of all of that, and in spite of the family issues that might be coming up or could be potentially coming up, that you guys just have a lot. You have a lot more between each other when it comes to your passion and your chemistry. I mean, you guys have a lot of love there, okay? So you're going to be able to withstand whatever little family issues that, maybe, in-laws, parents may try to bring into the equation. And I'm not just going to say parents. It can be any family members, aunts, uncles, you guys are good, just stay connected with each other through this process, Capricorn. Okay? Stay connected. Because you guys are definitely in love. Whoever you are in love. You have a lot of passion. You're excited about this union. And, it's just comes with the nature of the beast when you're trying to have a wedding. I feel like weddings are always about pleasing everyone else, usually, half the time, Absolutely. And don't get too stressed about this whole wedding planning, Again, let your friends help you. This next card that came out says heart-to-heart conversations, Capricorn. So it says honestly discuss your feelings with each other, okay? So as these issues are coming up, the family issues that are going to be coming up, that's going to be tied to religious factors, right? As you guys are preparing for this marriage, or for those of you who just got married, and blending, families there with different backgrounds. just make sure you continue to have those heart-to-heart conversations with each other, because that's what's going to be important. That communication, keeping that communication open, that's what's going to be important for you guys, okay? Because you guys got so much passion and chemistry and love for each other. So just make sure you continue to talk with each other and say, hey, okay, well, I know this is what my family wants, and I know this is what, da 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 da, but what do we want? This is our day. This is our day, okay? And even if you're already married, Capricorn, even if, there's some things going on and there's some hard adjustments there, if you're the person that's having a hard time, Capricorn, have that heart-to-heart conversation with your spouse, okay? Or your significant other, okay? And vice versa. Have the conversation. Don't be afraid, because communication is everything, okay? It's everything. Let me pull out some oracle cards here, and let's see what's going to come up. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the room. Yeah. I mean, either way, Capricorn, congratulations. If you are the Capricorn that's getting ready to get married, congratulations. Congratulations on the wedding. And like I said, it's going to be all right. You guys may be trying to merge different backgrounds, and people do it all the time, but you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Hi, how are you? We are having a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you are a Capricorn, or you know someone who's a Capricorn, definitely share this, okay? I know you were asking what's going on and you were new, so that's what we're doing, okay? So share this with the fellow Capricorn if you are not a Capricorn yourself, or you don't have those placements, all right? So this card that came out here, this oracle card that came out here, was the Power card, okay? So with that being said, I feel like, number one, this could be a Capricorn here who could be, potentially marrying a Leo, all right? But also, there's a lot of power behind you guys, okay? And I want you to understand that, your loved ones, your ancestors, the people, who are supporting you, are giving you guys a lot of power and push towards this relationship. All right. So I just want you to understand that there's a lot of abundance as well that's going to come with this relationship as well, with this union. Okay. We've got that number 8 there representing abundance. So for those of you who are coming into this new marriage relationship, right? Even though there are a lot of issues with the blending of the backgrounds, just know that you've got a lot of power behind this relationship that's going to support you, okay? And there's a lot of abundance as well that's going to come with this union as well, okay? A lot of abundance. Your ancestors, your loved ones on the other side are definitely supporting you, giving you a lot of push, okay? A lot of energy to power through all this chaos and nonsense that you might be having to encounter right now. All right. Yeah. Yeah. There's an authority person in the family, right? That number 4 represents the home. So when I see this authority card here, it makes me feel like parent, right? There's a parent. Someone who's considered an authority figure in the family that's making a big issue about it, right? Or someone in the family that holds like an authority type of power in the family, okay? That could also be causing some issues, right? That could be going on as well. And it could be someone who has a lot of money, right? Someone in the family, in the home, who holds a lot of power, an authority figure type person, like, the head of the household, the dad, right? Grandpa, right? They got a lot of power, a lot of money, Maybe they're the one that's paying for the wedding, and they're feeling like because they're paying for the wedding, they should have some say over how the wedding goes. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's about you guys. It's about you guys and what you want. I mean, I know that can be a little difficult, especially like, I know in a lot of traditions, the bride's family is the one who pays for the wedding, right? And so, if you've got the bride's father, maybe, for example, making comments and saying, well, I'm paying for the wedding and this is what I want. This is how it should go based on our background and our religion. That could, be a difficult situation, right? If you've got like the groom's family saying, well, hey, what about our background and our culture and what we represent? Yeah. So, I mean, that could be very frustrating. And, a lot of times that's why a lot of people just be like, fuck it, let's go elope, because they get tired and they get frustrated with dealing with all of that. They just want to go be happy and get married. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Like I said, sometimes people just say fuck it and disconnect from the entire thing. This boredom and disconnect card comes out because it definitely validates what I just said. A lot of people, they go through this with wedding planning and everybody having an input and people feeling like that it no longer becomes your wedding. It becomes everybody else's wedding. And a lot of people just get bored with the whole thing. They get tired of it and they just be like, screw it. We just gonna run off, go get married at the courthouse. We gonna fly to Vegas and we just gonna elope. We just gonna disconnect from this whole process and we're just going to just go. And I feel like that could be where it's headed for you, Capricorn. I feel like now this is starting to make more sense, and I definitely feel like this particular reading here definitely has something to do with someone who's getting married soon. And I feel like that's kind of where you are, Capricorn. Either you or the person you're getting married. They're at the point where they're like, I am done with this shit. Like, I'm over it. I'm tired. I don't even really care no more. Like, I love you. Let's just go and make this shit happen and get it over with, because I can't do this no more. Okay? Whew, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, It really is. And I'm sorry that you guys are having to deal with that. Yeah. And like I said before, your ancestors, the shadow card came out, your ancestors, they're definitely giving you guys a lot of support and a lot of power behind the scenes, okay? You guys are getting a lot of support behind the scenes with your loved ones, okay? I don't know who that could be. Maybe on the other side, you would know better than me, but you're definitely getting a lot of support from them. And I feel like, one of you has been actually going to like in prayer and saying, hey, like, give me some guidance on what I should do. Like, should we just go run off and elope and get this shit over with? Or should we go ahead and just try to make this work and move forward with this wedding, right? And please our family, I feel like that some of you have been doing that, right? But just know that, whatever decision that you make, you've got the support of your ancestors, okay? Because you guys have a lot of love. They support your union. So whatever you decide is your choice, all right? Yeah. You guys have been together a long time. You've made a lot of memories. This is someone who's been with someone for a long time, which I could see that with a Capricorn. Capricorns are gonna, they take their time in love. They take their time. They don't just meet someone and just quickly get married, unless they have other placements somewhere in their chart that makes them spontaneous like that. But most Capricorns are very, they're ruled by Saturn, so it's a very slow burn with Capricorn. So you guys have, you've made a lot of memories with each other. You've been together for a long time, and it's like your family, they've been waiting for this union to take place, but now there's all this input going on, right? And so Spirit just wants you to remember that. They want you to remember that love that you guys have for each other. You've put in a lot of time in this relationship. Don't allow your family and loved ones to come in and cause you guys to have issues because they want things their way. All right? Don't do that. Don't allow them to interfere like that. Do what you got to do. All right, Capricorn? Do what you got to do to make sure that you and your partner are not arguing with each other and getting into it, arguments because of this whole wedding fiasco stuff. Like, don't nobody got time for that. And if they're not happy about it, if you decide you want to go elope and go to the courthouse and get married and maybe just have a nice honeymoon because you sick of all this wedding stuff, then do what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to lay next to that person. Not moms or pops. Not uncles and aunts. They're not the ones laying next to your partner at night. You are. Okay? And you want to start this relationship off on a good note. Alright? Yeah. Look at that. That passion. Woo, honey, yes. Yeah, y'all go on if you want to do that, honey. Just go and fly off to Vegas. Go and fly off to Vegas somewhere and go elope, child. Y'all got too much passion and love going on between each other. Y'all ain't nobody got time for all of that. Nobody got time for that. If that's what you've been thinking about doing, go and do it. Go on to Vegas. Don't tell nobody. Go to the little chapel. Get married. Come back home. And be like, surprise. We done got married. It's already done. So what y'all want to do? We want to have a reception. What we going to do? We just going to go on a honeymoon. Like, because that's too much. That's too much. Too much of a headache. And don't nobody have time. Okay? All right? So that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to end it there. I really hope that this resonated with you guys. Again, if you're a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or you have maybe a Venus in Capricorn, let me know if this resonated with you in any shape, fashion, or form. If you know someone who is a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, definitely share this video with them. Okay, especially if you know that there's a potential wedding coming up, or they just got engaged. Okay, or they thinking about proposing to someone and you know that there's like they come from different backgrounds. Share this message with them, okay? Because this might be kind of a warning of what could be coming up for them as well if it hasn't already occurred, right? So we just want to plan ahead. Capricorns love to plan ahead and be prepared, all right? Okay, so thank you guys for joining me again. Until next time, I love you guys for watching. See you later. Bye now.